she said I'm going to talk about employee experience today. So as Jessica said, starting in 2023, we understood with the alignment that we needed to start to understand the culture and climate around what was happening, both with the alignment and in the state. So we began developing a program to improve employee engagement across the enterprise. And we wanted to do this through employee feedback and action planning. And the goal of that is that we would lead to a more rewarding work environment and a higher level of service for the citizens of Iowa. So using Qualtrics, we do a handful of things to support these goals. So we ask for enterprise-wide employee feedback twice a year. So on this timeline chart that's on the screen right now, if you see on the bottom track, the employee engagement survey and the pulse survey. So we give the full engagement survey out in July, which you have all gotten, and then we do a pulse survey in January. And the pulse survey is meant to focus specifically on some of our lower scoring items that we have measured in July and allow us to get a more complete picture of what's happening there. The other pieces of the employee experience program are the candidate experience, which we will be launching in the fall, actually in October. And this will allow us to get information from people who are applying for jobs. So this will be something that's tied to NeoGov. We also are planning to launch after the candidate experience onboarding and surveys and exit surveys. So we're calling this our life cycle program. And the goal of all of this is so that we can build an even more complete picture of the employee journey. We would be able to track essentially someone's experience with the state of Iowa from the time that they apply through whenever they leave, whether that be for whatever reason, right? Okay, and Jess, do you want to go to the next slide? So we have some goals with this employee engagement program. The goals of employee listening are to build trust and transparency. And we do that by sharing the survey results and the data that we collect and then following up with action items. And the point of this is just to continuously strengthen trust and communication across agencies. Other goals include improved engagement. So using surveys to regularly gather feedback from employees. And then essentially, this is a way to give employees people who do the work a voice. We think that employees are our most valuable asset, and it's essential that they have a voice in the work that's being done and the decisions that are being made. Other goals are continuous improvement. So using data to identify and support changes to existing processes to make them more effective and efficient. Supporting productivity, so identifying gaps. And then higher retention. So we know that retention allows us to significantly reduce the costs that come with recruiting, interviewing, hiring, and onboarding new employees. So we are taking some time to really focus on how we can use the employee engagement program to really support higher retention. And to support these main goals, we have 6 key drivers that are most important to the work that we do at the state. And Jess, can you go to the next slide? So these 6 key drivers that you see up here, they are what we call our survey dimensions. So these are leadership, trust and communication, performance, inclusion and well-being, retention, and work-life balance. And so all of the survey questions and the work and the action planning that we do as a part of the AX program fit within these dimensions. And they help us to understand where we have opportunities to grow and improve and where we are doing well. Do you want to go the next one, Jessica? And just to kind of help you understand where we are at with all those dimensions. So we keep a year-over-year comparison. Yellow line is our 2023 survey. We didn't measure work-life balance that year, so there's no score for that. But as you can see, early survey results showed that we had a lot of opportunity to improve in the trust and communication area. And so by using the information that we've received from survey feedback and action planning and our network of survey champions and all the important work that people at the agencies are doing, we have continued to grow by over 25% in that particular area each year. And we've grown in almost every survey dimension except for retention. And so that's a current focus for our action planning and engagement next steps. Okay, next one. And then lastly, so these are kind of our next steps or what we're doing right now. As Jessica goes on to explain all the possibilities of what can happen with Qualtrics, it's important that you guys understand what is already happening, right? So with employee experience, obviously you're getting the surveys. We have the expansion into candidate experience and the life cycle program. We currently also have a partnership with a network of survey champions that's specific to the EX side. So we currently have 42 survey champions across every agency. And I really wanted to highlight that because these people who are our points of contact and our survey champions, they're the ones that have really allowed this EX program to take root and to be successful. And they're the ones doing the work of helping to communicate this out and really highlight the importance and the impactfulness at their agencies. So it's really, this EX program could not exist without them. Outside of those items that have kind of continuously happened, new things that are going on is that my partner at DAS, who's Mary McGraw, some of you may have heard from her, but she is taking the lead to meet with each agency to give more guided action planning and engagement support. So she's been reaching out to people in HR as well as survey champions to kind of just figure out how we can better support agencies as they're doing this really important work. And then lastly, the other thing that we're going to begin doing is to collect and share some success stories and best practices from the agencies, because we have really great work being done at the agencies to support all the growth that's happening. And we want to really be sure to highlight that and figure out how we can provide insights for other agencies to be able to do similar things. So that's a quick overview of employee engagement.